our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, met the Portuguese president, Mr. Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa. Both our countries had signed several agreements.
We have a lot of cultural connections. We have a lot of people from India coming now to Portugal in the IT sector. You have very good education and training about IT. For sure, I will visit India soon.
Hello and welcome to WGF iTalks. Today we have Mr. Ricardo Costa with us. Mr. Costa is the chief source of vision, inspiration, and innovations in the extraordinary success of the Bernardo da Costa Group. He is credited with gathering highly professional teams to create a staggering presence of the Bernardo da Costa Group in 5 continents. Mr. Costa is very particular when it comes to his personal and organizational fitness and happiness of his employees. As a proactive pioneer in Portugal and in other continents, he created a department of happiness in his organization in 2017. We will explore Mr. Costa's various initiatives, his entrepreneurial style of working, his vision and ambitions, and his plans and dreams for the future, for himself, his organization and employees, his clients and the general public, all through a session of questions and answers. It's a formal come informal chat while exploring various aspects of his professional and personal lives. So, hello, Mr. Costa. How are you?
Hello, Ms. Hasina. I'm fine, thank you, and thank you so much for inviting me for this conversation. Not an interview; it's a conversation.
India and Portugal have, a very long historical and cultural connection, and Goa is an Indian state, and it holds a special place in the heart of India. Politically and diplomatically, also, India and Portugal have a great bond. I remember in 2020 when our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, met the Portuguese president, Mr. Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, during his visit to India. Both our countries had signed several agreements. Have you ever been to Goa or India?
No, to be honest, no. I travel a lot. I have been already in 83 countries.
Wow.
I have scheduled in 2019 a trip to India, but due to several arrangements and the commitments that I have in Portugal, I had to cancel it. But it's for sure it will be one of my next trips. It will be to India, because as you said, we have a lot of cultural connections.
Right.
We have a lot of people from India that is coming now to Portugal, working especially in the IT sector, because you have a very, very good education and training about IT. So for sure, I will visit India soon.
Definitely you should. It's a wonderful place to visit. And
I have no doubts about it.
yeah. I have visited a few countries in Europe, and now I would love to, travel to Portugal. I would really love to visit it someday.
Please
Yeah.
feel invited to come whenever you want. I will be more than welcome to receive you here in Portugal.
Thank you so much. Thank you. To tell you the truth, I'm highly impressed, by your looks, by the fact that you give immense importance to fitness, and of course, your extraordinary success. So,
Thank you so much.
yeah.
Thank you.
As we move ahead in the conversation, I'm sure our viewers and I would have more reasons to be impressed and inspired. Let's start with the questions now. I would try to paint a canvas for our viewers with several bright and inspiring colors of your highly inspirational life. You never know, someone in some corner of the world may be waiting for a single ray of hope and inspiration to turn around his or her life and this interview may serve its purpose. We believe that if we are able to improve even one human being's life, our purpose is served. If we are able to improve more lives, then God has chosen us for a greater purpose. Uh, yeah, our
I
viewers seek.
total, I total, total agree with this. I say every day, if I can improve one life, I will be more than happy with my purpose. So I totally agree with your statement about this impact that we can create around us and people that we can improve their life or make them smile a little bit more than smile before Noah's. So this is my purpose of life too.
Wonderful. And our viewers seek inspiration from personal challenges and triumphs too. So I would also slightly touch upon your personal life and future aspirations. So here's my first question. Please tell us about yourself in your own words for our viewers.
Okay, I'm 44 years old. I have four childs, two childs that are from my blood, two childs that are from my heart, which was the sons of my brother. Unfortunately, my brother passed away last December, and we had two kids, one girl with 3 months, one boy with 3 years old. So now they are living with my family. So I'm proud to say that I'm a father of four children now. I started my professional experience in 2001, so more or less 23 years ago. And in 2011, I became CEO and responsible for Bernardo da Costa Group. And Bernardo da Costa Group is a family business that my grandfather started in 1957. Then the second generation, mainly my father and my uncle, they ran the business during more than 30 years. And as I said, in 2011, I took the leadership of the group because at that time it was already a group. But when my grandfather started, it was only one company related to electrical installation. Until 2004, it was the only company. Only after 2004, by acquisitions, by merge, by some spin-offs of universities, we started to create a group. And in 2009, we started to expand the business to outside Portugal. First, it was in Mozambique, then it was in Brazil, then in Cameroon, and then in Spain, where we have Spain and Morocco also a big presence at the moment. So, in few words, this is a little bit of my personal background. I made industrial and management engineering in the university. Then I made an MBA in Católica Porto Business School. And I try, the most important thing for me is that I try to learn every day. I really like to share my thoughts, to share my experience, and learn about the thoughts and experience of other people. That's why, for me, sharing and cooperation are two of the most important values that I have in my life.
Wow, wonderful. And I didn't know about that. Just that you shared that you have four children. The way you shared, whereas two of them are your own and two of them are your brothers. But even then, the way you said that they are my children, by that I can make out like you have a very big heart also. So this is
Yes,
great. Yeah,
thank
not many people. Yeah, not many people take things that way. It's really great. Great to know
thank
about that. Yeah.
thank you.
And other than that, entrepreneurship of any kind is very important for healthy national and international economies. What is more impressive is the people-oriented culture you have introduced, maintained, and supported in your organization. And considering people as the main asset of your group. I know how profit, success, and expansion are given importance in every organization. However, most organizations forget or or conveniently ignore to accord the same importance to people inside and outside their organization. Bernardo da Costa Group is a combination of 8 outstanding companies spread around the world, which are ever ready to meet customer needs. With the vision and motto of customer satisfaction is our priority. Please share the vision and successes of some of the top companies in the Bernardo da Costa Group.
So as you said, we are a really people-oriented company. For us, our people is in the center of the organization. Is our biggest active, as we used to say. Our policies, our management policies, are really oriented to make them happy, healthy, and that they can find this work-life balance. Which we think is really important to provide them an environment, a safe and healthy and happy environment to work. Our biggest company is related to security business, video surveillance, fire and alarm, access control, home intelligence, and it represents around 70% of our revenue, of total revenue of the year. We are with this sector. We are presented in Portugal, in Spain, in Morocco, and also in Brazil. And then we have some other small companies, one related to training and consultancy, other related to audio and professional video, other related to development domotic, home intelligence solutions. So we try to have the technology in the center of almost all our companies. And recently, we acquired some participation in Quanto Custa. Quanto Custa is the biggest price comparator in Portugal, and now is trying to also enter in the marketplace business, which are we know that everybody. All the world knows that we are in the digital transition, which the pandemic situation made it to a boost to it. So we decided that we need to invest some of our resources in this sector, the digital transition, and we believe that in the e-commerce, the marketplace will increase and will grow in the near future. So that's why we invest also in this company.
This is quite impressive, and that's a lot you have been doing. And I'm sure your leadership skills and insightful ideas would take your group to a greater height for several generations and centuries. Going into the history and the core services you offer, let me ask you my next question, please. Bernardo da Costa Group began its journey of excellence 66 years earlier, in 1957, focused on the core business of electrical installations to support civil construction, and committed to the core objective of the well-being of people. How do you see this extraordinary and highly inspiring journey of 66 years?
I have the lucky and the responsibility to manage a legacy of so many years. A name that was the name of my grandfather, Bernardo da Costa, that is a respectable name in our economic and society environment in the north of Portugal, but now also in the rest of the country. And we start to be known in some places where we have some activity. So this is really important. As I told, I'm really lucky that I received this legacy from my grandfather and from my father. But at the same time, it's a huge responsibility because we need to continue this legacy. And as I'm an ambitious person, I like to improve and give this legacy to the fourth generation better than I receive it. As I explained in the previous question, till 2004 it was only one company, important company of electrical installation, and from then to now, in these 20 years, we transform a little bit the group. we internationalized, we made the more international the business, and we are happy about it. We passed from 40 employees to 2,050 employees in these 20 years, from one company to eight companies working in Portugal and other countries. So we are happy with this movement that we made, ambitious to grow. But as I used to say, this was only possible because we have this people-oriented management. We invest a lot in our people, in our teams, and that's why it's possible for me to be present in so many campaigns, in so many other parts of the society, like the business association and other kind of association. It's because I have a wonderful team with me that I have total confidence on them. They believe in our strategy and they follow it with their own personality, which I think is also important. Is the diversity is also a secret of our success.
Well, that's a beautiful and rewarding journey. I'm sure there must have been a lot of learning and memorable milestones on the way. And it's also very inspiring and heartening for entrepreneurs such as me. 66 years is a long time. And it also teaches you how the world is full of possibilities and positivities. The two great concepts which we also believe in. We will discuss the present more in our questions later. Right now, right after history, let me please ask you about the future. Bernardo da Costa Group has consistently grown to higher horizons through an insatiable desire for the search of fresh markets and business opportunities, invariably supporting the spirit of innovation. Standing on the timeline of success and growth of Bernardo da Costa Group, when you look at the past, present, and future, what great transformations do you think were introduced in the group? What do you envision ahead in the future?
So what was the same was the values and the purpose. And these are with us since 1957. And it's really, really important to keep these values, to keep the purpose that what was the purpose of my grandfather when he created the first company. And then the most important thing, it was the adapt ourselves to new realities. We have faced several crises on these 66 years old, but as we invest a lot in our people, in the bad times, during the crisis, all the people joined together for the same purpose. And we arrived at the end of the crisis better than where we were before the crisis. And this is incredible. And this is only possible when we have all the team together fighting for the same purpose, fighting for the same target. And it was one of the secrets of our success. The other part is to try to anticipate the trends. Which is really important. It's important to follow the trends, but it's much better if you can anticipate some of these trends. And in some business areas, like the diversification of our business, the expand to other countries, it was important for us to anticipate some trends. And we were some of the first to do it in some kind of business. And this was also important for the growth of our group and the number of companies and turnover and EBITDAs and so on. So as I used to say, the best is not who wins. Who wins is the one that adapts better to the new times, new transitions. The world is changing so fastly that we need to improve this capability to adapt ourselves for all these changes. And having a team, that's why when people ask me how you measure all the investment you made in people, I cannot say that our turnover is better because of it, but I know that we have people that are orientated to change, to adapt themselves to new realities. This happened in the pandemic situation, is happening now with this war that we are facing in Europe. So we have all the people orientated to adapt themselves as fast as possible to new challenge, new business, which is really important for us.
Awesome. Your clear vision is admirable. I know the future is uncertain and we need to employ calculated risks and resources to get what we want. However, you make things sound so simple, logical, and easily achievable while speaking softly and with a smile. Now, I want to ask you a very important question, which is difficult to understand by most entrepreneurs. Bernardo da Costa Group has an electrifying presence in 5 continents, working in the distribution of electronic security equipment, access control, CCTV, home automation, anti-shoplifting, video analysis, emergency calls, electrical installations, training, civil construction, and more. The group has time and again shown a tendency to diversify rapidly on the wings of competence of a highly professional team that knows how to turn dreams into reality. What is the secret or mantra of managing such diversity and keeping everything highly organized for success?
The secret, diversify the business. It was really important for us. I always give the example. Our first company was only in the electrical installation, and in 2008, the crisis that happened in our world affected a lot the civil construction in Portugal, which was our only customers at that time of this company. If we didn't diversify in 2004, it will be impossible to be here today speaking about us as a group, because we had disappeared at that time if we only had this company. So the diversification is really important as we see the management is not to put all the eggs in the same basket, as we used to say here in Portugal. The other part is the team, is to know how to delegate responsibility, and people being autonomous to take their decision and be together with the people when they made the mistakes. Everybody made mistakes. There are no ways to do at the first time all the time the right way. So we need to make some mistakes and to learn from the mistakes and to try again. And it's important as a leader to be together with the persons who made these first mistakes and support them to try again. And this was part of the secret of my management, is to delegate the responsibility in persons, to trust them, to understand that they don't do the things exactly like me, but they will follow the line of our purpose, the line of our values, but doing the things their ways, because they are people different than me. That's why the diversity of the persons are important in the companies. So understand to delegate, learn how to delegate. It was one of the secrets for me, and maybe one of my top conquests during my professional life. I'm really proud of the team that I have with me, and it was only possible because I trust them. And I'm together with them when they made the first mistake, and support them to try again.
What a great answer. Thank you so much. But the youth of today is so impatient, and they want quick success. Most rapidly wish to turn into a serial entrepreneur and establish a group of organizations instead of firmly establishing one solid business. They would learn a lot from your answer. And
thank you.
Yeah, and now the next question. I remember how biographies used to be the only source of inspiration for people who want to do something great in their life. In today's time, it's much easier to discuss and share our successes and failures, to offer others an insight into what really life, business, and entrepreneurship are. How things may appear simple, But in reality, it takes a lot of focus, hard and smart work, and sometimes, sacrifices of time and fun, or even health to get or to do what we really want in life. What I mean to say is that people from outside tend to take success of any organization for granted, unaware of the personal and professional hardships of the people from inside. However, life is a series of challenges and ups and downs. Before tasting success that is absolute or satisfactory, please share some of your personal and professional challenges and triumphs which shaped you as you are today and which helped the Bernardo da Costa Group reach its present journey.
One of the biggest challenges is to understand that the work-life balance is really important for our people, but special for me. I only can support other people if I'm in a good health moment, a good shape. It's really important to take care of us in order for us to take care of other people. And during all my life, personal and professional, sometimes we forget about it. We are so involved in some projects. We are so involved to grow, to increase the sales, to go for our targets, that we forget ourselves. And this is really, really important, to take care of us in order to take care of other people. That's why I always mention that when we ask about when I'm asked about challenges. The other part is, like I said before, is to understand that if we want a bigger company, and our arms just go from one hand to another hand. So if you want a bigger company than our arms, we need another arms. And to have another arms, we need to trust them. We need to understand that they are different arms than ours. But we need to teach them that our purpose, our values, our principles are what they are, and then they will need to follow it, but they will follow it on their way. And we need to understand that their way is different than ours. I always say that I don't mind to be the less intelligent people in a room if all the other people are working with me, because I cannot be the best persons in finance, the best person in technique, the best person in logistics, the best person in operations. I need to be the best person. I need to have together with me the best persons in all these areas. My capability needs to make the bridge between these people, try to extract the best of each people in order to create the best team. So these are one of the challenges that we have in leaders. And then we need to balance it with our personal life. I have the lucky to have a really, really close family that supports me a lot. And it's really important to have this background if we want to succeed as a professional.
Thank you for that candid answer. You proved that doing great or being great at something is not easy. Our successes and triumphs define us, shape us, and make us who we are. So you are not only a great businessman and entrepreneur, you are also a great person. We must all accept that after everything that we do or that we build around us, we are humans with all our flaws, weaknesses, and our drive and desire to achieve greatness. That brings me to the point where I would ask you more personal questions. So who all are there in your family? How important is family for you? Who supports you the most in your personal and professional lives?
It's fundamental. Have the support of our family, have the support of my wife, the support of my kids, the support of my mother, my father, my mother-in-law, which are my closest family. It have been really, really important during all my professional life. As I told you, it's impossible. We cannot divide ourselves in two. We cannot say there is a Ricardo in professional life and there is another different Ricardo in personal life. We are the same. We are the same in different dimensions. And the personal dimension is really important, and having the support of the family, because I think you know, and most of the entrepreneurs know that when we want to succeed as professionals, sometimes we need to not forget, but because of the trips, because of the meetings, because of lots of the professional environment, we don't have the exact time that we want for our personal lives. So it's important to have the support of the family, to understand that we are working for a better future for everybody. So this was really important for me during my entire life.
You are indeed lucky, and so is your family.
Thank you.
And I understand that we are able to do and achieve much more in our lifespan with full and unconditional support of the family. It offers us the foundations, to rise more and above others, while cushioning any fall we may have experienced during our demanding responsibilities and personal and professional journeys. So my next question is, what is your inspiration in life? What makes you get up from bed in the morning, consistently give your best throughout the day, and dream for a better world in the future through the success of Bernardo da Costa Group?
No, it is the purpose of my life, which is first to make me a better person every day, then to make my family happiness and better family every day, then my company, the Bernardo da Costa Group, to make my people living better, to have better lives, happiness and love. And after all, the society, to create a positive impact in the society through our company, through our people, and try to build a better world, which is my final purpose.
Wonderful. Good. Yes, another answer I'm sure youngsters and fellow entrepreneurs would love to listen to. I feel most of us have lots of ambitions, dreams, and energy in us. We also acquire the right knowledge during our pursuit of excellence. However, without the right and consistent inspiration, we fall short of our true potential and rightful goals. Now, I would ask you a hypothetical question. However, it is important as it may, be picked by someone out there who wish to make a difference for a better Portugal or a better world. So, if you had absolute power, which three things you would change in Portugal, and which three things you would change in the world?
Like if I'm like Aladdin and have a magical lamp. First of all, the poverty. The poverty is one of the things that make me more unhappy to see. I cannot understand, as in the 21st century, with so many resources, we continue to see poverty in Portugal and in the world. Second, it is the cooperation. I think that when people understand that cooperate is better to compete, we will improve as society and we will improve as human beings. And third is the happiness. How people search for happiness, how people find happy. I will because happiness and success is not a question of money. Most of the times, it's not question of money. It's people to understand, to give value with what they have at the moment, to give value to special moments, to give value to special people, and don't have this purpose of materialism and to search just for money, because we have only one world. We have to take care of it, Everybody speak about sustainability at the moment, and we need to understand that to create a better world for our children, we need to take care of our planet, of our environment.
Very insightful indeed. And yes, your ideas would definitely pave the path or create possibilities for a better Portugal and a better world. I
Thank you.
wish, yeah, I wish we had more, chances to discuss such things and create more ideas. Um, as a matter of fact, World Growth Forums has created several platforms of excellence where we encourage world leaders and offer opportunities to interact with world leaders for generating ideas and implementation of ideas for a better world. And this brings me to my last question. Uh, Please share your message of success and life for fellow entrepreneurs, the youth, and for professionals who might pick threads of inspiration from your life story and with their own success stories in the future.
My last message is first of all, be a good person, be the right, define the right values, have the right purpose of leadership and person and life, and the success will be a consequence of it. If you are a good person, if you treat the other persons like persons, and if you respect them, you tolerate, you are able to accept the diversity of persons, the cultural of the cultural diversity, the success will be a consequence, and you will achieve it. So this is my advice: be a good person and have the right purpose.
Wow, what a great way to finish the interview. And those great advices, from one corner of Europe to another corner of Asia, or maybe from one corner of Portugal to the rest of the world. Um, this conversation also proves that we are one world. Ideas, mentors, and inspirations can cross national boundaries and join all of us in our ambitions, dreams, and aspirations. Mr. Costa, it was great talking to you. Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you.
I am on a learning streak conversing with one world leader after another. I feel I have learned so much more after talking to you. I was already highly impressed by you, and you have given me more reasons to work harder and achieve more. And of course, it's very interesting how through a conversation like this, we can create a crystal ball, which can be used by anyone interested to foresee and define a future for himself or herself. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy that I create this impact in you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It was a great pleasure.
Seriously, thank you very much, and I really enjoyed talking to you. It was a great experience talking to you. So personally, I and the entire team of World Growth Forums wish you the best in life, and I'm sure your vision, your way of leading your organization, your way of thinking, and your way of giving due respect to where it belongs, be it your family, your employees, your clients, or people in general, would create more paths for you, and while guiding you to towards greater successes and lifting you to higher horizons. Thank you very much for talking
Thank
to
you.
World Growth Forums. Yeah, good day
Thank
to
you.
you. Bye-bye.
And we keep in touch. We keep in touch. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
sure. Yes, please. Bye. Take care. Bye.